Hey YouTube, so we have another video with this Team Rocket and Gym Heroes boxes in the background. This one is not actually a pack opening, but it's actually it involves this because it's going to be a purchase video. It's going to start off with these two boxes that I bought from a, let me show you, get the guy's name, he sent a note with it. Sean Taylor, thank you for taking these boxes off my hands and being such a trusted source. Wish they were in a little better condition, but what can you do? Threw in some extra cards. Majority of them have hollow bleeding. So these he sold to me at a pretty good price, pretty low, but they were messed up, and that's why I'm selling them out as heavy packs here and there. And he sent a couple stacks of cards. I haven't even looked at them yet. He sent them before I went on vacation. I just kind of set off to the side. But these are all freebies, and yeah, they're definitely hollow bleeds. I don't know if you can see it. But Diamond and Pearl cards were bad for that. You can see it shining in there. Of course, if you can see it on camera, you know you can see it way better in person if you're familiar with these. That one's got the double swirl going on. See, bottom left corner, and then the start of another one over there. Kind of like the mega swirls. So it looks like a bunch of Diamond and Pearl promos. Most of these would have come in like blister packs or some kind of promotional pack like that. There's the shield on. For the most part, I don't think any, so far from what I've seen, are too terribly expensive, but they're pretty cool. If you didn't know, all Pop Series packs have only non-hollows in them. So you might be wondering, where can you get holographic cards like this Blaziken? It was kind of like those check lane packs. When they did the Pop Series packs, I think they just had a bunch of extra of them, so they started selling them promotionally in blister packs, and then they would throw in these promo cards like Blaziken, and you could get, there was even tins that had stuff like that. I think there was like a Ho-Oh EX10, a Tyranitar EX10. That's where you could get the holographic versions of those cards. Too bad they never did Espeon and Umbreon Gold Star. I can imagine those would go for a mint. Got some Metagross. These are Blaziken and Metagross are both Pop Series 1. There are 9 Pop Series sets. All of them have 17 regular set cards, and then the amount of promos varies within each set. There are a few errors like the Pikachu and Mew from Pop Series 5. Very cool. Thank you so much, Sean, for those freebies. I very much appreciate it. Next up, I got this off of a guy on Instagram. We have 4 staff Charizard packs. I think he sold them to me for $500 each. I think they're worth closer to like $600 to $800, something like that. I'm probably just going to have them PSA graded. I may just have the whole pack itself graded, see how that turns out. But I thought that was pretty cool. He's the one who also sold me those 2 of the staff PSA 10 Charizards that I bought. Next up, we have us a first edition Neo Genesis booster box. These have gotten very expensive. This one isn't in the best of condition. See, it's kind of got loose wrap on it or whatever. So I would be open to selling this one out, kind of like these, you know. But I'd probably be at like $220 for an unweighed pack or something like that. I mean, just a couple months ago, I mean, you could find unweighed packs for $100. You could find regular packs for even less than that, like $80 or something like. But $220, sure, I'll break a seal. Otherwise, I'll just sit on that thing, because it might be at 10K here in a few months. So. Let's see what else we have here. We've got some PSA cards. Alright. So from the same guy that I got that from, also got this Blue Eyes White Dragon BPT Gem at 10. I thought it was pretty cheap for what it was. I mean, you got the LOB one, you know, it's in the thousands. As a first edition, it's like, what, eight grand or something like that. Might even be more than that now, I don't know. This is only a couple $100, and I won an auction, so I thought, you know, that's a pretty... I get a lot of bang for my buck with that card, because I still get the same artwork. It's original. It's the original 10 anyways. And then I think it's a pretty tough grade, because most of those that I get aren't usually in Gem Mint 10 condition. Someone had reached out to me on E4. They had some Skyridge hollows that I needed. And so I paid pretty close to fair market value for a lot of these. But I was okay with it, because I need all of them for my personal sets. Can't remember what the final price on it was. Most of the cards range probably from $100 to $300 or $400. Like that was probably the most expensive one with the Umbreon. Can't remember for sure. Maybe it was the Flareon. Pretty cool stuff there. Might need to move those off to the side. Still got some more PSA cards coming. Oh yeah, here's the Wigglytuff Gem Mint 10 base set 2. Brace yourself. I think I paid $700 for this card. So originally the guy had asked me how much it was worth, and I told him, well, actually I think he came to me and said, how much would I pay for it? And I said $700. Then he stuck it up on eBay for $1,500. He come back and offered it to me for a couple other prices, but we ended up selling on $700 because I didn't want to pay more than that. That's already like 3 or 4. I think it's at least 4 times the price of the highest sale on the PSA set registry, but there's only a few of these out there, so it makes sense. And I think $700 was a fair price for that card because it's really tough to come by. Got this off of Scott, if you guys remember Scott. I talked about him from the Hartford's Collectors Convention. He had sold me, or he had traded me, like a PSA 10 complete Southern Islands set and a few other things. He was the one that I said was really buff. I'm sure he's still buff. I'm positive of that. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and say that. But I bought this off of him. It was $500 or so on eBay. I just went ahead and bought it because I thought it was a pretty good deal. And I didn't have one in my collection. And every time I grade these, they seem to come out 8s and 9s. So I would be more than happy now that I've got one that I get a 10 on some grades. And of course, this one is the most expensive card so far shown. By far, it's the Reverse Holo Legendary Collection Charizard. I was hoping to find this eventually in time for about $1,000. They were about $1,500 when I started looking, and then they just all started disappearing at the $2,000 price range. So I think I ended up paying around $2,000, $2,200, something like that. The exchange rate, I thought I had paid right at $2,000, but I believe the exchange rate went against us a little bit. So in my purchase history, it makes it look like I paid about $2,200. Oh, and we are definitely not done just yet. So, another box. Getting these out of these cases. Some of these boxes I've shown on Instagram. We've got a first edition Jungle box, and it's in pretty nice condition. It's not like case fresh, but it is pretty close to it. It's nice and it's got nice corners, no gunk or anything like that. Probably set it back in my personal collection. I guess I could just kind of set it sideways right there. I don't want to press out on the box or anything. And then we have another booster box, first edition Fossil. Again, really nice shape, not case fresh, but pretty good. You can see right there, that corner has a ding on it. I think that may have been what the issue was on this box. Because I think it was like almost, it looks like it was pulled out of a case and then someone just smacked the corner, and then that was about it. So otherwise, it's a really good box. Probably, again, going in my personal collection. Just set it back there. And then last for my purchases part of this video, another Neo Genesis booster box. Again, first edition. I think this set is highly underrated. It's like half the price of Neo Destiny, if not a third of the price. Yet the cards inside of it are worth more than what you could get from the Neo Destiny set. Say you pull 2 Shinings and you get the best 2. I mean, Shining Charizard probably taps out at $2,500, and then you got maybe Shining Mewtwo over $1,000 or so. The rest of them, I mean, you're looking at less than that. Same thing with most of the holographic cards. I mean, 500 or so, maybe some of them are going to be in the 100 range. But with Neo Genesis, I mean, you got cards like Typhlosion that there's an offer out there for 10 grand. You got cards like Lugia and Slowking and the Meganium and the Feraligatr. I mean, all could potentially bring $2,000, plus a handful of other cards that are worth more than that. So I think this set is really underrated. It is really tough to get PSA 10s in that set, but I like it. I think that people go for the Neo Destiny set because it has the Shinings, and then Neo Genesis is overshadowed by that. But man, this was a lot of purchases, cost a lot of money. And then here at the very end, I got a Celestial Storm pack, completely out of the norm from this other stuff. But my wife ended up grabbing this from someone who was going to throw it away at a Dollar Tree, and she was like, "Here, take this." And I was like, "Okay, cool." When your wife brings you home Pokemon, then it doesn't really matter what it is. I mean, that's a score in my book. So I was just curious to see what was in here. Wow. Okay, so looks like this thing has been ran over a few times. So let's really hope there's not something great in here. Definitely not a code card. I think they stick the holo in the middle, and then you've got a Vigoroth, and then a reverse holo. How? That is quite damaged. So let that be a lesson if you're buying stuff from the Dollar Tree. Those packs can be really messed up. Check that out, man. That was crazy. But it was free anyways. I think she was talking to somebody. She knows somebody that works there. And she was like, yeah, if we get more of these, next time we throw them out, we'll just sell them to you for $25. You can have the entire box. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll take that. So anyways, really expensive. Over $20,000 here for sure. Hope you enjoyed the video. I should have more opening videos and PSA returns coming up very soon. Thanks.